Grace and Holiness. Number 4. Explanation. Grace embraces empowers the holiness. As Paul explains in Romans 6:14, this relationship reveals God's transformation work in believers, leading them to righteousness. Transformation works. Enables and empowers. I, in my lifetime, have been empowered, have been inspired. When I was working at Home Depot and this person would give me a problem, I had no clue. Next thing I know, the answer's coming out of my mouth, and I'm in shock because it was brilliant. I felt the Holy Lord helping me with this particular situation. More than once. It was kind of astonishing. Sometimes I'm trying to help someone and the perfect answer will come out of my mouth. Sometimes my brain will go, duh. To be transformed. One explanation is when you lose weight. You go from a very fat person to a very thin person. And consequences, you have a lot of flubbery, flabbily skin because you stretched it out. That's a transformation. You go from fat to thin. You can also have the transformation of being a 90-pound weakling to Arnold Schwarzenegger or Mr. Universe, which is pretty much what he did. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort, but he transformed himself. Olympic winners spent years and years and years transforming themselves into being the best in the world or near the best in the world. And that's quite an accomplishment. You, as a small baby, transform into a toddler and then a 5-year-old and then, God help us, a preteen and then a teenager and then, oh my God, Mom, I'm having a kid. And then talking to your child that's an adult asking your advice, or they're panicking over something, and you calm them down and you get them to think. They go from to oh. You transform them by advice, by getting them to think it through. What are the steps? How do you solve the problem? And then they are transformed. From them being a teenager, an adult, to having a kid. That transforms you again of all that responsibility for that little one. You change, you grow, you bloom. You take on a new adventure like, I don't know, starting a YouTube channel. That's a transformation from, to, I'm going to have to use my brain. What am I going to talk about this week? How do I change myself? How do I change my child? How do I change the universe? How do you change the landscape? Well, that's a clever one. I learned the last couple of days that beavers go in and create new landscape of marsh, swamps, and marshiness. And if the farmers and ranchers will allow them to do so, they have remaining water that doesn't run off. If you kill them or move them, you don't get that benefit. Beavers transform, or a transformation of a desert or high plains or somewhere out in Wyoming or Colorado or any of those desert areas, to keep the water there. It blooms, it grows, it's beautiful. Sometimes we help them, sometimes we harm them, but if left alone, green paradises or oases. If you don't maintain the oasis, if you don't keep the desert out, if you don't keep the animals away from the tender shoots, if all the vegetation is gone, the water just goes right through, the sand comes and takes over, and that's the end of it. Bye! And then somewhere deep down underground, there might be some water. So what do? Do you transform your community and allow the beavers or yourselves or people to dig out the dirt, to clean it up, to replant, to transform the wetlands, to create your own beaver dam, which is sticks and mud and an earthen dam that catches the water? They're doing this in Africa. They're doing this in Europe. And they're starting to do this out west, maybe near Nevada. It's a great idea. That's a transformation. So I'm not just talking about transforming yourself, but transforming the world around you by maybe encouraging beavers to be on your back 40, or working around the beaver to get the benefits and not killing off the beavers or moving the beavers and losing their benefits. Kind of strange, I know, but there it is. A prayer. Lord, thank you for your grace and lead us into holiness and righteousness. Righteousness. Bringing the water back to the landscape. Honoring the land. Transforming the land to be green and growing rather than a desert. By planting trees in terraces so you can catch the water that goes up and catches it and lets it disperse slowly. And that's righteousness in a sense. It's holiness, because you're bringing God back into the landscape. Even bringing beavers are a blessing. Okay, the blessing. God grace guide us towards the life of holiness and peace. Inner peace is wonderful. God bless you. God keep you. This is Scotty. Please do a like. Bye. This is Scotty. God bless you. God keep you. God loves you.